Okay, open that one, and then this is something that you asked for a long time ago.
Whoa. Yes! I wanted it so bad!
Told you, Annabelle.
What is this?
Minecraft.
Cute.
This is a monster truck.
It was a monster truck, but it was too big.
Yay!
What do you say?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, go open the other one. That's something that you said you wanted a long time ago.
What the heck?
You're like it.
Yes! I needed these same boots that Aiden has. I needed these so bad. I wanted these. Aiden!
I like it.
What did you get?
Guns.
What kind of guns?
I'll get one right now. It's too cute.
That gun is as big as you. So we just had lunch in town. Every birthday we take all of the kids to where they want to eat for lunch. And then we take them to Walmart and we give them a certain amount that they can spend. Jennings spent all his money on...
No, I still have more.
Oh, you have a little bit more.
$9, but they didn't let me get anything else.
So he spent most of his money on Nerf guns. He said, I'm going to shoot y'all. Is that what you said? So what I'm doing right now is I have a couple more things to put up. He's going to have a, hey, what's on your shirt?
Sorry about Asian guy.
What's on your shirt right there? What on your shirt? No. What is on your shirt?
Oh.
A fish and a fishing pole?
Yeah.
What is your cake going to look like?
Fishing poles. Like fish and stuff.
Fish and stuff? Yes. So we're going to have a small little get together tomorrow for his birthday actual celebration where we've invited some family. I'm in the process of putting up a lot of the stuff. I had to get a little bit more organic flour today at Walmart. So I'm going to be making his cake and some cupcakes for tonight. I got a couple little things to put on the cake. So I will show y'all that when we're done. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all though. I'm not a good cake maker. There's a lot of stuff that I like to do and I like to make. I'm a total do-it-yourself person because I feel like it saves a lot of money and it's being frugal. And there have been times where I have literally just bought the cakes. There have been times I've made the cakes. I'm not a fan of making cakes, especially from scratch, which is what I'm about to be doing. King Arthur is one of the places I always go to for recipes. I believe I have the classic cake mix. Oh, y'all, I don't even want to show y'all that drawer. Is a classic cake recipe that I've always used. Jennings, baby, I'm going to trip on these if you don't move them. So I'm planning on using their basic recipe. I'm going to do a couple of cupcakes for us to have tonight along with the cake that I will serve tomorrow. And then he asked for creamy chicken soup, which is one of our favorite soups. And basically, I just take chicken breast, cut them up into strips, grill them, cut them up into chicken chunks. I take chicken broth and put on the stove and heat it up to a boil, and then I turn it down to simmer. I put cream cheese in, mix that up really good. I put tomato flakes in with a packet of ranch, salt, pepper, and add my grilled chicken in, and then I top it off with some heavy cream and serve it over rice. It is really, really fantastic. Everybody in the family really loves it, so that's our plan for tomorrow. But as for today, we're celebrating Jennings. How old are you, 2?
27.
12.
So funny.
How old are you?
7.
He just turned 7. So, yep, 7 years ago, my water broke and we rushed off to the hospital, and Jennings came right along just a couple hours later. So very thankful we're celebrating him tonight. Have you already had a good day?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and then we'll have some family and friends over tomorrow. I'm going to be cooking and serving, and the kids are going to be swimming, and I know he's going to want to hit the pond to go fishing, so that's our plans as of tomorrow. What did you say, Livy?
I'm not, 'cause I want a toy.
You're mad because you wanted to go shopping for your birthday too?
I want a toy, but Daddy, no one knows you.
You couldn't get a toy because it's not your birthday? And you were mad? You feel better now?
No, too much.
No, you're still mad? So, sometimes we call Livy the boss baby because she is a little bossy, and of course she's the baby. So when we come in, she told me that she was so mad, and I asked her why she was mad, and she said because she didn't get anything. And I was like, well, it's not your birthday. And she said, but I'm the boss baby.
Are you serious?
She did. So she's still over there pouting a little bit. And then when I asked Jennings if he had a good day, I heard her in the background saying, well, I didn't because I didn't get anything from Walmart. So
She seriously said that?
So she is a little sassy. We're going to have to work on that this year.
Little
But I am going to put you guys down. I'm going to whip out the recipe for the classic cake. I need to get that on. I need to get a couple of other things prepped for tomorrow because I do have family and a couple of friends coming over tomorrow afternoon, and I have not done anything, so I really need to cut y'all off and get started. Okay, what have we resorted to making, Eliza?
Cupcakes.
Why?
Because Mama's cake failed.
Epic failure right there. So I'm actually going to show y'all the cake. I told y'all earlier I was not a cake baker. I told Colby, I was like, I actually really tried really hard to make this cake. I was like, I measured everything out. Then I even took my measuring cup and measured, I put 3 cups like precisely to each pan, baked the pans. I was like, I want to have the same amount so my cakes come out even. Well, sure enough, they didn't. Then I tried to cut them. You know, all these cake makers look this little spinning around thing and slice them and make it look so easy. And I was like, I'm going to do it. So I was like, okay. So the first job of getting the cake somewhat level did not work. So then I was going to try to cut it. Well, I demolished the bottom layer, and then the icing and the cake tasted really good, and the icing tasted really good. But I cannot craft the two together. So I'm actually really embarrassed, but I'm going to show y'all my very embarrassing cake, what it looked like. So it was a totally epic fail, and I know y'all are going to bust out laughing when y'all see this at home. Just know, I know it looks ugly, so we're going to eat it tonight. I tried so hard to ice it, to level it up. It was just not good. So we're having this tonight, and we're remaking everything. Cupcakes. I can pipe icing, just a little swirl on the top, okay? So cupcakes it is, and the cake is not going to be served. So we're going to eat it as our family. Y'all don't laugh too hard because I'm serious. This is really embarrassing. I cannot make a cake, y'all. So I actually have made cakes in the past that weren't actually that bad. So you would think over the years that I would get better and better, but I actually get worse and worse. So I don't know what the deal is with me, but y'all, I cannot do cakes. So we resorted to making cupcakes instead, and cupcakes it is.
Candle to take it to another candle.
Okay, sing it.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jennings. Happy birthday to you.
I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me or if the sky is gray or blue. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down.
Okay, y'all, we have finished Jennings' birthday party. It was a great day yesterday. His birthday was actually Friday. We did a small, very small family get together with my family and Colby's family and a couple of his friends. What is actually kind of comical is when Aiden was little, all of my friends that had kids that was Aiden's age, was around Aiden's age, were all girls. And then I had all my girls, and they had plenty of friends and cousins that were girls. And then I had Jennings, and we basically went through the same thing. So the church that we go to, our homeschool group, that we're not as active as we used to be, just because things are a little bit harder to just go and do constantly now. Because whether most people actually fully understands like gardening and farm work and raising animals, y'all, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. And I think unless you do that, you don't fully grasp the amount of time it takes to rotate your animals, move their feeding troughs, move their waters, fill up the waters. Just something simple like that. You think, oh, you're just walking your animals to the next field. No, but so much more than that. By the time you drag their feed trough or load it up, depending on where they're going, you empty all the waters, haul them to where the cows are at. You stand there, you fill up those waters. Like, it's time consuming. And you say, not only do you have pigs to take care of, we have sheep to take care of, we have all of our chickens. Our turkeys are up here, which I moved out because they were getting really smelly. But then we have, of course, our dairy cows. We have our beef herd, the sheep that we rotate. So it's a lot to take care of. On top of our 6 kids, on top of homeschooling, being in charge of their schoolwork and their education and all of their learning, and cooking from scratch. Harley was making kind of a snarky comment about, I don't want to eat tacos again, on a day that we were going to be super busy, and I made a food menu, and I've shared that with y'all some. I don't use the one on the refrigerator as much anymore because I've like what I have invested into a digital calendar that I can access from my phone, because we have multiple kids involved in multiple things and everybody's kind of going their different ways. I have to keep up with orthodontist appointments, eye appointments, stuff like that. And in order to get it all in one place, when I'm at an appointment and they say, hey, can you come at such and such time at such and such on such and such day? And I'm like, I don't know, my calendar's at home. So I made a digital calendar. I purchased a digital calendar. I can access from my phone, and I can also add my menus for the week right in on my calendar. So I go to one place, I can see what we're eating and what we're doing from the day. And if I need to change that while I'm in town, I don't have to have the paper form in front of me. I can whip out my phone, because I always have my phone, and I can change it, and it automatically updates on the digital camera that's hung up on the wall here. So I said all that to say, on one of our busy days, I had stuck taco meat up, and I told her, I was like, Harley, when I pull something out of the freezer and I let it defrost and I cook from scratch, everything I do from scratch, it takes hours to do that. And when we have school till after lunch, I do lunch, clean up from that, which the girls have to help me too, but it still takes a lot of time. And then we have activities and eye appointments and lessons that we have to go to. And then, so this happened to fall on a Wednesday night, and then we have to be at church at 5:30 to 5:45 on Wednesday night. It leaves me very little time to stand over the stove for usually like a minimum of 2 hours by the time I get everything prepped, everything cooked, and that's like cleaning up maybe. So I said all that to say our time can be really limited, and I think a lot of people don't fully grasp the amount of time that we have to invest in here. Y'all, I completely got on a soapbox. So I was talking about Jennings. Let me take it back. I'm chasing rabbits here. So we don't get to be as active as we want, and that is because I was trying to fully open the door for y'all, verbally telling you, because you can't fully understand it unless you're here doing it, that we don't just get to go and do like we want. So all of our homeschool stuff, we can't just do all of it because we have so many responsibilities here. So when we are able to kind of go and do some of the stuff with them, there's just not a lot of little boys that are Jennings' age. So we invited a couple of little boys that are his age that our family has kind of gotten close to over the years, and of course our family. So we had a great time celebrating his birthday. That's always a lot of fun to do. And I want to finish out this video. I kind of come out and walk. Y'all have heard me talk about how it's been really hot. I actually don't think I'm going to have to water some of the pots today, but some things, like for example my peppers in there, I'm just going to give y'all a scan of them. They looked great this morning. I watered them really heavy, and if y'all look at them again, some of them are already starting to wilt again. I did go ahead and bring a fan in here just to try to help blow some of the cooler air from out here in there, and it has helped maybe a little bit, not as much as I wanted. So I'm gonna have to water a couple of things out here again, and I wanted to kind of wrap this video up. Jennings had a great birthday. This is sometimes what my days look like. Y'all hear me talk about how, you know, sometimes we can tell you these things like, oh, well, we don't get to do this and that, but y'all don't fully understand the extent of what our days actually look like, from when we get up to when we go to bed and all the things in between. And some people will hear parts or pieces of our day and say, I can't believe you do that, or I can't believe you know, have the energy or the time to do that. And that's really just a small fraction of what we do. So that's all for today. Tomorrow is a jam-packed day. Tuesday after school, I do have over here in my kitchen garden, over here where I have my in-ground tomatoes. And by the way, I have to show y'all something back there in just a minute that I have been somewhat pleased with. And then I have over in my asparagus bed, I have to get out here and get that stuff weeded because weeds have just taken over. So that's something that I have on my agenda, my calendar this week, that I have to get done. We did have some company today. I had some girls that live about 2.5 hours away from us. Their mom and myself went to school together, and we went to nursing school together, and she reached out. Her parents still live here and said, I'm going to be in the area. My girls have watched you. I've never met her girls, but she moved off after she and her husband got married, and never met her girls, but they watched all of our videos, and they were able to come to the farm, which is honestly not something we get to do a whole lot, especially from spring to midsummer, because again, like I told y'all, our hours and increments of time in our day, sometimes getting off the slightest little bit will put us so far behind. So that season is really, really hard for us. But being towards the end of the summer, not having to can as much, not having to pick as much, because things are starting to slow up as the hotter it gets. The sun almost kind of starts like scorching our stuff. Like I have some tomatoes that are in different areas that have literally just been beat down by the sun. So things kind of start playing out. You know, you pick your peas again, and then they're pretty much done. So we're kind of into that season, and she was like, hey, we're going to be in town. Can my girls come by? They would love to meet you and walk around the farm. So we were able to do that this afternoon. I have a picture of the girls and our visit right here. So we really do love having people on the farm and walking them around. My number one goal is to help inspire others. So even if there are adults to come and say, yes, you can do this, and for children who love the farm life, love the idea of garden or raising animals, to say, this is what we've done in our 10 years here, and it is doable. And to inspire those children when they come and walk around and see them light up, and sometimes even adults too, when we can fit those in, is something that is always worth it. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. It was kind of short and just a little bit more rambling on today, showing y'all Jennings' birthday and talking about the realistics of farming and homesteading. And you know, like I said, sometimes we just show y'all a fraction of what we actually do. I still have tomatoes and bell peppers inside that need to be put up that I've got to get done before we have somewhere to be tonight. So you know, we have to prioritize like our events. Church is of course absolute of the importance, so that's where we will be tonight. Farm work takes back seat to that, as long as the animals are okay. Of course, if we have a down animal or a sick animal, that's something that just requires attention. But as far as picking or weeding or, you know, anything like that, that of course takes backseat to our priority things in life. But just giving you a tip of the iceberg, realistic expectations. It is hard sometimes, it is long hours sometimes, it's tiring sometimes, but it is always worth it, because we know what we raise, how we raised it, process it, preserve it, is all been done by us. And that is like a fight for our health, knowing that we don't have it coated in chemicals. It's not covered in pesticides and herbicides and all of the things. We take raw, real, natural food and feed ourselves, and that's taking our health back in our own hands. It's doing the old way. And gosh, you heard me say, it's time consuming, it's hard work, it takes sweat, but it is always worth it. And that's why we share these things with y'all. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. You get to reap the reward and the benefits, and it's biblical that working the land was part of the sin of Adam and Eve. And we know that going through fast foods and eating those burgers and filling ourselves full of processed oils and fatty oils is not good for us, and we want to limit that as much as possible. So raising our food here, we know, is the best and most ideal thing, and we want to share that with y'all. That's what this is all about. Our videos are about to share what we do and let you guys know that you can do it too. That's why we like to have people here as much as possible. That's why we come out here and we show you what we plant, we show you how we harvest it, we show you how we preserve things and put it on the shelf or put it in the freezer, because we want you to know that it is not only doable for us, we make it happen, but it's doable for you too. So guys, until next time, God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.
Slow down.